me alone, please leave me alone. Leave me alone, please leave me alone.
My biggest nightmare is dating in 2023. I think I'd rather eat a light bulb.
I just don't have the energy for this. I am unsubscribing from this drama.
All my friends are like, you need a guy with a car and a job. And I'm like, yeah, but then I gotta deal with his wife. Like, it's a whole thing.
Dating these days is like attractive, respectful, consistent. Choose one. And I choose to die alone.
Good for you. Nobody's forcing you. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Women Hitting the Wall.
You guys ready to see my karma for screaming, I don't need no man, for so many years? Look at my steak. Like, it has a little split in it.
That doesn't look right. That doesn't look right.
And then I have to cook it like this, and this is just a mess. I was not born to cook steak.
If you were not born to cook, then what were you born to do? To just make TikToks, to just look pretty. That's all. I don't get it.
Anyway.
I just saw a TikTok of a man say how he just realized that he's not his type's type, and that's why he believes he's still single. And I have never felt something more in my entire life, but also so conflicted because I'm just now realizing that about myself at 31 years old.
Of course, only at 31. You didn't realize that at 23, 21. Only at 31. That's the point, guys. That's the point after they turn 30. That's the point when they realize all these kinds of stuff.
And I don't even know if there's any fixing that, because
No.
I'm not going to become something I'm not for somebody to like me. But I also can't help who I'm attracted to.
Of course, you don't need to change. You're perfect. And keep wanting those bad boys. You don't need other men. You don't need a nice guy in your life. Trust me, you don't. You just need a bad boy who will cheat on you. Of course.
So am I just going to be like
Alone?
forever?
Yeah.
Thank you, come again.
So I've been single for a while. A long
Okay.
time. And I feel like the guys I've been talking to lately have been giving me zero mental and emotional stimulation. I'm a girl who could talk.
What did I tell you 100 times? Women don't like the nice guys. The nice guys, they consider them boring. They want to be stimulated. They want some drama in their life.
I talk all the time. I don't shut up, and I do not care.
Maybe that's the problem, ma'am. You should care more about that. You should care about what a man wants if you want to find a man. It's simple, it's logical.
I'll talk to anybody about any type of topic, whether it's deep, superficial, like it doesn't matter. I love to talk. And lately, I feel like the guys I've been like texting or whatever, I'm carrying the whole conversation and they're giving me like one-word answers or just like not interested in the conversation, but they're interested in like, other stuff.
Of course, they just want to smash. They're not interested in what you have to say. Of course, because they have so many options. They're talking to you and 10 other women. Do you think they have they even want to listen to every story that every woman wants to tell him? No, they don't care. They just reply yes, no, of course, they don't care.
I'm not interested in that shit. I'm interested in knowing you as a person on a deeper level, and no one is giving me that like emotional or mental stimulation.
Then maybe you should change the kind of guys you're talking to. It's so simple.
No one is asking me like thought-provoking questions or anything, and I feel
Because they
so
don't care.
like underwhelmed. I've downloaded and deleted Hinge too many times to count, and it's the same shit every single time. I don't know why I expect a different result. I work at night, so it's hard for me to meet people during the day because I'm either sleeping or doing something. like an errand or homework or whatever. And I feel like I'm like losing a little bit of hope because no one is meeting that expectation I have of like actually having a
I'm so curious, what does she work that she's only working at night? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments.
genuine conversation that isn't about like boring shit or like inappropriate shit. Like I want an actual conversation. I was talking about it with my friend Danielle, and we both were like, I think that's what we're missing right now. Like, again, emotional and mental stimulation. Like, we're both missing it, and no one's giving it to us.
When she was 20, she didn't ask for that. No. She liked the one word replies. She didn't care. Netflix and chill. Yeah, sure. I'll be there in 5 minutes.
And it's so like, I love the word underwhelming. Like, dating right now is super underwhelming for me. I'm hoping other people feel that way so I don't sound crazy, but it's rough out here.
I lie to myself about being powerful, but I'm just toxic and bossy. And because of that, I'm alone. You can see how unhappy I am.
Is anyone else just tired of dating? I literally just sat in my car for 20 minutes crying because I'm so tired of pointless conversations and meaningless interactions with people that go absolutely nowhere. And by the way, no one has hurt my feelings. Nothing has happened to trigger this except for me just realizing, like, what is the point?
But women are not more emotional than men.
Truly, like, no one dates with intention and actually wants anything serious, and it's just like constant disappointment.
No, ma'am, the men you are after don't want that. There are plenty of good guys that want relationships, but you don't want those kinds of guys. You find them boring. They don't stimulate you. And of course, the bad boys that have 20 other women that they're talking to, they really don't care. They don't. Nobody cares.
And I'm just tired of having that negative energy in my life. But I also feel like I'm getting older, and it's like I have to put some effort into dating or I'm just gonna be alone forever. But now I'm just honestly getting to a point where I'm just gonna be the single aunt.
1-900-9099-CRY.
It's crazy because when you're almost 30, well, I'm 28.
Guys, am I seeing this right? She has hair on her arms that is bigger than mine. Maybe I'm hallucinating, guys. Let me know down in the comments. Am I crazy? I think I'm crazy. She has man arms. I swear.
And you're single, everyone's like, well, just stop looking. Like, once you stop looking, you'll find the one. But then everyone's like, oh, are you married? Are you dating? What's going on? Why? It's like, okay, what do you want from me?
I know I cannot be the only female struggling to date in 2023. Like, all of the 2000s, I feel like. But in general, like, right now, I feel like it is the worst. Like, I have no desire to want to talk to you guys or deal with you guys on any level because you're all very disappointing. I don't know if you weren't loved properly or weren't loved enough, whatever the case may be, but when it comes down to it, you're just downright disrespectful. And you don't know how to treat women. You choose yourselves over everything in every circumstance, even when you...
Ma'am, you choose yourself. You didn't get married till this age. You chose yourself, you chose your career, and now you're expecting men to choose you over them. Of course they won't do that. You had your fun. You were in your 20s, you didn't choose love, you didn't choose to be a wife, to have a family, and now you're complaining that you're all alone and that all men are trash. Of course.
You see that we've gone out of our way for you and done certain things for you, you can...
Yes, why didn't you do that when you were 20? Why are you doing that now and complaining about it? Because I'm sure you were selfish in your 20s and you didn't choose a man. You chose your career, you chose you over everything else. And now men are choosing the same. And now you're complaining about it.
continue to choose you, which is good, and you should choose you to a degree, but if you're not giving as much as you're taking, then it's a problem. It's a problem. And we don't need you any longer to make babies. We don't need you to provide anymore, which even though
Okay, then why are you making this video? I don't get it. Why are you on TikTok complaining about men if you don't need men? You shouldn't even make this video. You should go on with your life because you don't need attention from men. As you say, men are useless.
no, you should, but we don't need you to do that because we are very capable of doing that on our own. And you can see that statistically because we do, and we have been for many years. And it's just saddening to see that we're struggling out here. We're struggling. And quite honestly, we don't need you for anything. We can take care of ourselves. And
Of course, ma'am. I'm sure the filter that you have on your eyes, it wasn't made by a man. It was made by a woman. You don't need man, but you're using filters on a platform made by man. A filter made by a man, but you don't need man.
in every aspect. And then when I say every, I mean every. There are things in place for everything. So
course, ma'am.
unfortunately for you guys, like, you need to be loving. You need to be caring. You
No.
need to be.
We don't need to do anything, ma'am. You're powerful, you're independent, you can do whatever you want. You don't need us. So we don't need to do anything.
More genuine than you've ever been before because we don't actually need you for not one thing. Not one thing. So
But you still need men for attention. That's why you're making this video, because this video is addressed to men. It's not addressed to women. So you still make this video for attention and validation from men, even though you say you don't need men for anything.
So it's important that you're giving us that physical connection that we need, because if you're not doing that, we can find other ways to get everything else accomplished. So God help us. I don't know what's going to happen, but this has been one hell of a year.
All right, still no text, and where we're meeting is about 25 minutes away. It's 6:30. We made plans for 7, so I'm probably gonna have a drink by myself tonight. Which
Yeah,
honestly,
you're probably getting ghosted. She's probably getting ghosted, guys.
it's probably better. Probably for the best. We'll see.
Of course, of course.
But this
Copium,
is
copium. Of course.
Men will eat the soul out of your body and have the audacity to say that they're single.
So I went on a date earlier, and I look a mess because I took a nap because the date was so horrible.
So horrible.
And it kind of reminded me of why I don't like being a black girl in Kentucky. It was a really, really good date, but at the end of it,
Well, it was a really, really good date, but a few seconds ago she said it was horrible.
he was like, I don't think it could be serious because my parents would never like accept you. And yeah, so sorry, stay here.
I really don't get that, guys. I've never cared about that. Never. I don't know, maybe I'm different. I've never cared about that. Or even with you guys. I've never cared about the color of your skin when you're writing me for answer. I never once watched, oh, let me see what picture does he have on his profile. I really don't care. I have no problems with anybody. You can be any race, you can be from any country. I don't care. If you have a question for me, especially when I do lives, I will answer it. I don't get this. So your parents wouldn't agree with this. Are you a man or are you a child? I don't give two shits about what my parents think. If I want to date somebody, I will date it. I don't get that. That to me just sounds weak. Oh, but my parents, they won't agree with it. So, you're a man. Maybe he's living with his parents. That's why. Okay, that makes sense. That makes more sense.
I have a public service announcement. And yes, my face is extremely swollen. I cried myself to sleep last night, but that's not why we're here. Moving forward in life, if you are a man who is interested in dating me, or you're just interested in getting to know me, like some of you crusty dusty little rats in my DMs right now, this is what I require from you.
It's always funny when they insult men, and right after they insult men, they say, this is what I require. Yeah, man, this is so logical. First, you insult all men, and you call them crusty, dusty, and then, if you want to date me, this is what I require. I'm sure you will get so many men wanting a relationship.
Moving forward. And the reason I require these things is because I am so at peace in my little world being alone. So
if you're so at peace being alone, why are you making videos on TikTok addressing men? Why? You should be happy alone, not making videos.
if you want to date me, okay, right off the bat, we have a $2,500 non-refundable deposit. And that is going to be my inconvenience fee in case I need to go to therapy. Okay, secondly, I'm going to need your entire birth chart. The whole thing. Thirdly,
Chart. Guys, let me know down in the comments, what is a birth chart? I don't get it. I've never heard of that before.
I'm going to need you to actively be in therapy, and I'm going to need a letter of recommendation from your therapist. Fourthly, I'm going to need you to sign a...
So you think everybody on this earth needs to be in therapy? I don't get this logic. I don't get it. Why? Why do you think that everybody needs to be in therapy? Why do you think that everybody has some trauma that they need to resolve, that they need to get over? Some people just have a happy life. Maybe that's why she's in therapy, because she can't understand that other people are just happy the way that they are.
A document stating that in the instance that you cheat on me, I have legal permission to punch you in the face. Because we're not doing healthy coping mechanisms anymore, okay? We're resulting to violence. All right, fifthly, I'm going to need an MLA formatted paragraph about why you think your ex is crazy. Okay, all right, sixth, non-negotiable, I'm going to need you to pay for my nails, my toes, and I'm going to need flowers every single week. And before you're like, oh, that's so materialistic of you. You must be so material. Yes. Yes, I am. At this rate, at this point. Okay, and seventh.
She will attract so many simps, so many. I'm sure simps will flood her DM and send her money just to talk to her.
And then final, non-negotiable, I'm going to need to see your pay stubs. All right, and your bank statement, especially the bank statements. I need to see exactly how much money you make and exactly what you're spending it on. Oh, you're such a gold digger. Oh, you just want to be with the man.
Nobody sees exactly how much I make and on what I spend my money on.
And for her,
that's my business.
At this rate, yes. All right, and if you can't adhere to these 7 non-negotiables, leave me alone.
Man, but you made the video. Nobody invaded your room trying to date you. You made the video. This is so crazy to me, guys.
The dating scene is a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
It is straight trash.
Yeah.
Every time that I try to date, that I think I'm ready to date, then I'm like, okay, I'm going to put myself out there.
Yeah.
It gets progressively worse.
Of course.
It just keeps getting worse.
Of course, ma'am. And this is truth. It will get worse and worse and worse until it will hit a critical point. I don't know what that will be, but it will. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. Maybe not now, maybe not next year, maybe not in 2 years, but maybe in 5, maybe in 10. The birth rates will go so low that something will need to change.
Therapy, people. Therapy. Go invest in it. It's not that expensive, I promise. Apparently I'm just asking the universe too much by asking for a tatted, bearded, blue-collar man to come sweep me off my feet. Apparently that's too much.
That's not too much. That's not too much, but I'm sure that's not all your requirements, ma'am. I'm sure of it, because that you can find that anywhere in America, anywhere.
Eat his veggies and then be a big teddy bear behind closed doors and treat me like a princess, but like, I digress. Thoroughly convinced though at this point that my forever person is not in Wisconsin, not in Minnesota. I can't move. The universe is just like, nah.
Hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.